So first, are you an introvert or an extrovert? And this has been a topic of great conversation, especially since the wonderful author Susan Cain wrote her book, I think it was called The Quiet Revolution, really brought the notion of introversion or extroversion to the fore. And this is the place to begin determining your personal style. It's commonly thought that introvert means you're shy, and an extrovert means you're outgoing. No. The definition I'm going to offer you has nothing to do with shyness or non-shyness. For example, I myself am an introvert. I'm an unshy introvert. There are people who are shy extroverts and so on. So it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with everything to do with where your energy comes from. Introverts gain energy from solitude. When an introvert is alone, the gas tank refills. Phew. When they're out too long in the world with others, talking or socializing or whatever, that tank drains. And they need to go back and be by themselves for it to refill. Understanding comes in solitude. Is more apt to come when they're alone than it is in dialogue. People who are more extroverted understand what they think in the act of talking about what they think. That's not as true for people who are introverted. This is what I have noticed. Extroverts, on the other hand, they gain energy from interacting with others. When an extrovert leaves a party, they're like, I can't sleep, I'm so buzzed, that was so much fun, or whatever it is. And their introvert partner is kind of like, oh, just please get me home, I'm exhausted. Because their tank fills through engagement. It has nothing to do, again, with shy or not shy. But it's like, I get energy from you and you and you, and it just feels so great. And when I have to spend too much time by myself, I start to get restless and I lose energy and I'm not comfortable and I'm unhappy. I need to get out there and refill my tank. And the understanding comes through engaging. So, ask yourself, as far as this sounds right now, which one are you? Do you get more energy from being alone or with others? And you don't have to know the answer. But that's the first thing to start thinking about. Where is my energy source? And how can I construct my day, my relationships, my life, so that I can have access to that energy source on an as-needed basis? So I know that after this day, which I am going to love, this is actually perfect for an introvert because we have a start time and we have an end time. And if this was open-ended, let's hang out and talk about personal styles, the introvert person would be like, I don't think so. But give me an end time and I will show up with all my guns blazing and full force and no problem, because I know that it's going to end. So that's cool. So does that make sense? A little bit? Do you have a question?
I do.
Yeah.
Can you have some of both?
Absolutely.
And then what are you then? More introvert?
Absolutely. That's a really good question. And you do have some of both. Everybody has some of both. It's not black and white. So if you have some of both, that's awesome. You can be more balanced. One of them is probably predominant. And if you think about when you were a child, for example, which one was more true, not as the mature, processed adult that you are now, but say in your teens, which one was more true for you? That can be a way to decide, well, I think I weigh a little bit more on this side than this side. But you can definitely be a mix.